fact, by the time I was 20, I could not read and write. But I still managed to create a book. I always say create a book, because I didn't actually write it. I dictated it to somebody, and somebody wrote it for me. It wasn't until I was then called a writer that I got very nervous and thought, how can I be a writer? And if somebody tells me to write, I can't write. So then I went off to night school. And as I was learning to write, formally write, I could write a bit, of course, but as I was learning to improve my writing, I then discovered that I was dyslexic. And I remember when somebody came and said to me that I was dyslexic, I looked at them and said, that sounds as if I had cancer or something. Benjamin, I'm sorry, I've got something to tell you. I think you're dyslexic. Oh, God, what? And then she explained to me what it was. And even then I realized that it wasn't the end of the world. She was acting like it was the end of the world. But I said, does that mean that I'm stupid? No. It's just the way you see words on a page and the way you compute words in your head. So, I knew that I wasn't going to let it get me down. Having dyslexia has nothing at all to do with intelligence. Absolutely nothing at all. In fact, some of the most creative people on the planet are being dyslexic. Dyslexic people usually have to work their way around problems in much different ways, and that's what being artistic and that is what being creative is about. Some of my friends and I, we kind of celebrate dyslexia because we think that non-dyslexic people only see the world in a particular way and they kind of believe everything they read, whereas we have to really think about it. And if you have a problem to solve, we usually have to go about it in a different way from normal people would. So it's a condition, but it's not a disabling condition. What can make life difficult is people that don't understand the condition. And those people that don't understand the condition, those are the people that actually are disabled. They are mentally and intellectually disabled because they are unable to understand and therefore work with somebody simply because they cannot read a code that they are able to read. And that's what it's all about, reading a code. So, I don't see it as a problem. Really, I don't see it as a problem. I see the problem in people that don't understand the condition and don't know how to deal with it. That's the problem. I have a friend who's so-called disabled, but she can paint wonderful pictures with her feet. So when it comes to painting pictures with your feet, I think I'm disabled because I can't do that. She just has a different way of doing things.